this is the Mobile Philosopher, and in this video we're going to see the basic functions of Google Presentations. Now, a lot of the stuff that you can find here you can find in PowerPoint, but so that you don't have to look around for all the options, I'm going to show the main ones that most people ask about. So right here we have a couple of these slides here, and these slides we can very quickly change the background to by going here. We have background, we have layout, theme, and transition. We'll just quickly go to background, click on that guy. We can click a color, make it yellow if I want. We can change it to an image or reset the theme. And then we can apply all or only apply to one. So let's just change something more natural. I can apply that to every one of them. Going back, we can see that all of my slides here are now a nice bright orange. Probably not the best color in the world, but good enough. Let's look at the layout now real quick. There we find this right here. We can say title, title and body, title in 2 columns. So we'll click on that, and I'm going to see that I have these guys right here. Now, let's say that I don't want to keep doing this for the rest of them. Well, I can actually find more options if I right-click on one of the slides. If I do this, I'm going to find, for example, something like delete. So I can delete this guy. Again, I can press delete that slide. And here what I can do is duplicate. I can go over here and duplicate the slide. So I can press here, duplicate, do this again, and duplicate. And here now I have the exact same format on all of them. Another thing that we can do here, we can go here to the plus button, which would obviously add a new slide, which we stick one in there. But if I go to this arrow here, we're going to say, we can also see here the same things we saw with the layout, which is title, title and body, all these types of things, or a blank, so I can add title in 2 columns if I want, and then it'll pass to a 2-column thing here as well. So those are the various options here. Let's say I had a slide of another document. I can import that actually if I go to here, and it says import slides under file. I can click on that guy, and I can actually go to another document here and select this guy, for example, on another slide, and I can pop him in there, select him, and that will import that specific slide from another document to this one right here. Now, sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but it's okay. Okay, so we'll just click on the first one here. It actually opened up that presentation. In that presentation, I can choose which one I want. We'll just pick the first one here, and down below we have the import slides. Here we have keep original theme, or we can take it out. And here we can just go to import slides and select that guy. And then that will be added finally to the list here. So that's very helpful too, so we don't have to keep on repeating things. If we have other presentations, we can grab from other presentations and add them to new presentations. Another thing that's fairly common are transitions. We can go here and check that out. If we go over here, it says transition. We'll click on that guy. And we can see that on the right hand side this pops out, and here we have no transition. We can actually click on this and choose fade, slide from right, flipped, cube, and gallery. Not too much here, but that's okay. We can choose gallery, and then, or we can choose fade, makes no difference. It gives me a velocity of how fast I want to do this. I can choose the speed, and then as well I can apply to all slides. Clicking on that, that automatically fixed that. And then I can also do fade in and do the same thing. I can select fade in, fade out, one click, or after previous, with previous, whatever I want to do here. And I can also do it by paragraph if I want, and again I can select the speed. Then I can also add another animation if I so choose for something else. And then going out here, let's say I want to add an animation for these guys. I can actually select this guy and go in here, and it should give me animate. It does right here down below, and click on that, and I can also have the animation here being added to a specific object. So we can add quite a few things here in regards to animations and things like that. Okay. After we're done, we can always press play here, finish it off. If not, we always have the present button that's up here, which will allow me to look at the final product of everything I've done in this case. Down below here I have some options to give me the possibility of skipping through, playing, skipping through, jumping to a slide that I want to do, going back in, having some settings here, which allows me to download, for example, do things like that, open the speaker notes, or just simply exit, which is what we're going to do here. Now, other things that are fairly common to PowerPoint presentation, obviously at times we have the option of putting in music, but here in Google we don't do that. So how could we solve that problem? Well, it's actually not too complicated. All we do is we go into Insert and we find a video that we want to add. This video could be from YouTube, for example. And then after you add the YouTube video here, you simply add an object over the YouTube video to cover it if you so wish, or make the YouTube video very small, and then just make sure that you play it before you start the presentation. And that can give you music, for example, if you wanted music within these presentations in Google. This is basically the main options here. We also have a couple more here if you guys want to see them, which is we can add shapes here, which gives us the possibility of doing all sorts of things. We have arrows, we have callouts, we have equations. We also have different types of lines and curves, scribbles, things like that, which will also add a little flair to the presentations. We also have as well even word art. So all these things can be helpful in adding a bit of flair and interest to your presentation. And as you can see, this does have most of what PowerPoint does have, and it gives you, I think, more than enough to make sure your presentations comes out professionally and with some sort of flair so that other people will be interested in it. Thank you very much.